Welcome to Comic Toy Reviews, and this is a review on Darth Maul, part of the vintage collection of Star Wars action figures. And finally, after years of having Darth Mauls that were not really great action figures, or something was holding them back from really being great, we have perhaps the best interpretation of Darth Maul as an action figure in the Star Wars collection. And this Darth Maul has so much going for it, and this is the review. He has a double lightsaber, but you can't take it off in the middle, and it's cool. So he has one, so he can have just one lightsaber if you want, just like in the movie. The only thing is, with this half on the lightsaber, if you don't pose it right, you could see that this end is red, and that kind of will stick out if you use that end. If you see what I'm saying, it looks too obvious right here. So if you have him holding this one, you can't tell, and when you combine it together, it looks really good. He also has this as an accessory. It is his unlit saber, just a saber and no ends. And it's hard to see on the action figure on the belt. There is a little indication that you could attach it to the hip here. So right there, he's holding the double saber. He has these binoculars that he used in the movie. And he has a lot of cloth. This is his hood. It's a hard plastic. But when you take the hood off, you get an excellent sculpt. No teeth showing, but the face looks serious. He has a spiked head, and the spikes here are better than previous versions. He has a soft goods cloth robe here that, when I take it off here, and something other Star Wars figures are missing is he's supposed to have these cloth like skirt things, and other action figures have not had it. It's been a basic plain here, and finally they got it right in terms of interpretation of making it. This one is cloth right here, so he does have a lot of cloth. Over here it's cloth, and the robe here, that's cloth piece. The figure itself is sculpted great, but it's hard to tell really the details of his costume, or in a video maybe, because it's all black that he wears, and having an all black costume, everything looks pretty uniform in style. In terms of details, I would say the only little negative that this action figure has, for me, is that you see this wrist here. He has a silver wrist area here, and in the movie it was to control like spying droids. This figure could have had one of those spying droids, and if anything, it's unfortunate that this piece, I'm not sure, I probably have to check the movie, but I don't think in the final battle, when he was fighting the two Jedi, that he had this on the wrist. So if you have this piece over here, if you know what I'm saying, it kind of gets rid of that movie interpretation of the final battle. I would have preferred if they had a removable piece instead. But with that said, if you put his robe on, the robe will cover the wrist area here. So that's cool. At least you have that option. And what really makes this Darth Maul the best one, he has ball-jointed hips. That's right. You could have Darth Maul doing a kick pose like that. And that use of ball-jointed hips for this type of character really does benefit. Check that out. If there's one articulation point that should become a standard in the Star Wars universe of action figures, I think they really should have ball-jointed hips. They've proven it Hasbro that they can use ball jointed hips on Star Wars scale figures. This figure and other figures do have such an option, but most figures don't. And articulation wise, that's about the only articulation point that they really need in terms of adding to other figures, because so many characters have great articulation nowadays, and that's a really beneficial articulation point. Just want to show you the face again. Just try to show you the details of it. It really does stand out. They made horns really nice in this. You do want to check the paint application of the face in the store packaging, because some of them didn't look as good as others, so you want to get the best paint apps you could find. Costume itself definitely stands out as being nice. This area could add to posability and to make a dynamic display look. The head, side to side, goes down, but not too much up, so you really got just that in terms of posing. Ball jointed shoulders can go side to side, and you can go up and down. You could see the area here, it's kind of baggy, and it does have one point of articulation at the elbow, and you can spin it around. Same here. The wrist, the glove area right here above the glove, you could spin that, and the right hand is an open grip to hold this weapon. The left forearm, right above the glove area, has an articulation point. Left hand is an open grip, could hold a weapon. And if you want, you can hold both weapons at the same time. Upper body has articulation point right there. Can go up and down and side to side. And then you got the hips here as mentioned. It is ball jointed, so you get side to side and good range of up and down motion. And the knees have one articulation point, but you can spin it. Same here, one articulation point and you can spin it, the knees. The boot area here, it can go up and down and you can spin it. Same thing here at the feet, up and down, and you can spin it side to side. Overall, I think if you want to get just one Darth Maul action figure for your collection, the vintage line is the way to go. It's a great interpretation of the character. He's highly articulated, and a character like this can use that extra articulation. He has his main weapons, nice sculpt. There's a lot of cloth goods actually between the robes, or you can take the robes off, and the hood. Even though I think the character looks better with the hood off. And that's the review. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later. At last, we shall reveal ourselves to the Jedi, and then we shall... Wait a minute. What exactly is your plot after we reveal ourselves to the Jedi? Wouldn't it make more sense just to hide in the shadows?